Should Tim Hortons prioritize temporary foreign workers or Canadians first?
Oh, Canadian.
Canadians first.
Canadians first, I would say.
Canadians.
It's an unfortunate reality of our country right now.
The owner is on their way just to check things out because I think people from in the store are calling in. So,
Yep, I got grandkids. It's bad.
For Rebel News, I'm Tamara Ugolini here in rural southeastern Ontario in Havelock. And as you can see, I am at their local Tim Hortons. Now, we've been on a roll exposing Tim Hortons as one of the biggest abusers of the temporary foreign worker program. And it's nothing against temporary foreign workers. They're as easy to exploit as the exploiters. But what's funny is that Dunkin' Donuts just recently announced that they would be expanding operations into Canada. And in response, Tim Hortons says that they're going to prioritize hiring local, whatever that means. But Tim Hortons is lying to you because right now there are 80 some odd postings actively recruiting temporary foreign worker positions according to the Government of Canada's Job Banks posting website. Now, this such location, as of a few days ago, had a posting, but it seems to have been since removed, proving that Tim Hortons is still actively engaging and updating that website. What's even more alarming is that 1 in 5 Canadian youth cannot find an entry-level job in this country, leading to what we're in now, which is a youth jobs crisis. And positions like counter worker at Tim Hortons used to give those entry-level opportunities to our youth. Tim Hortons claims to cloak itself in the Canadian flag. It used to be a Canadian brand icon, and now they're selling out Canadians to fill their bottom line. They've even admitted that they've done this to benefit themselves. For the crime of exposing all of this and doing journalism on the topic, we've recently been trespassed across the country from all locations, specifically our boss Ezra Levant and mission specialist David Menzies, but apparently this trespass order applies to all Rebel News employees. So we're here to do what Rebel News does best, and that's street level shoe leather journalism from the sidewalk. And we're here at this location with our big billboard truck to shine a light on and expose what is happening at Tim Hortons locations across the country. Let's see what the people have to say. We're asking people out here in the wild what they think about Tim Hortons hiring temporary foreign workers over Canadians.
I think it's terrible. I mean, at the same time, we got to value the jobs of everyone, but we got to stay true to our core as well. We got to find that balance there, because when we lose the balance, we fail as a humanity.
I don't agree with it.
Yeah.
No.
And sidelining Canadian youth?
Exactly, yeah, I don't like it.
Yeah.
No.
But you'll continue to support Tim Hortons, or do you just try to go elsewhere?
Well, that's a hard call right there. I do like McCafe, so yeah.
But it's tough when you live rurally. Tim Hortons is on every street corner. There's not a lot of other options, especially with a drive-through situation. So they've really monopolized and capitalized on the more rural communities. And oddly enough, are simultaneously undercutting and sidelining the youth of those communities.
I don't do Tim Hortons, so it doesn't matter to me.
No?
You definitely hire Canadians first.
I think there's a lot of teenagers that are looking for entry-level jobs, and I know that in my community I hear people asking on the local Facebook pages if anybody knows any job for their kids, and I just know that these are the type of positions that kids can start off a working base for, and especially with a structured environment. So, I think that when I go to my local Tim Hortons, I don't see that population being represented. So for the sake of the youth, I think employment and giving them an opportunity, summertime employment for college and university students is so important for them, especially with the Doug Ford government affecting the grants for the students these days. So I think that they have to make efforts to support our youth.
Hey there, we're just asking people really quickly, should Tim Hortons hire temporary foreign workers or Canadians first?
Canadians!
All the way.
Yes!
Canadians first, I would say. Doesn't matter where they're from originally. Just give anybody you can, give them a chance.
Should Tim Hortons prioritize temporary foreign workers or Canadians first?
Oh, Canadians.
Canadians?
Canadians first.
Oh, I'm not sure. Canadians first, I would say.
Canadians first, 100%.
Canadians first.
I think they should prioritize Canadians first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Should they prioritize temporary foreign workers or Canadians first?
Canadians.
Do you work at this location here? How many, what's the ratio you would say of temporary foreign workers to Canadians?
There's a lot more less Canadians working than there is anybody else.
I was hearing, and this is total through the grapevine, but maybe you can speak on it, that the scheduling tries to maximize English-speaking workers in the morning so that they can get through that morning rush more easily, and then some of the temporary foreign workers come in and are scheduled later in the afternoon.
Yes.
That's true. How many employees would you say total at this establishment, and how many of them are Canadian?
There's only 6 of the other people.
Temporary foreign workers? Yeah. What's the dynamic like, in Tim Hortons, and have you seen it change maybe if you've been here for a while?
I've only been here for a year,
Okay.
so I'm not really sure.
Yeah. How's your overall job experience so far at this Tim Hortons? Good. No complaints? Nothing you want to say publicly? Hello, officer. Pretty warm. How are you?
It's hot.
Yeah, it is.
Owners calling in. They just don't want you disrupting people in the drive-thru.
Sure.
I have no issue with you standing out here on the sidewalk. I can't stop you from doing that.
Okay.
It's just more so if you're in the drive-thru videoing customers in the drive-thru. But
Right. Yeah. No, we've been very mindful not to cause any sort of disturbance or anything like that. So we're just out here asking people if they think that Tim Hortons should hire temporary foreign workers or prioritize Canadians first. So getting a lot of good feedback on that.
Thanks. I'm not going to make a comment, but the owner is on their way just to check things out, because I think people from in the store are calling in. So we just want to make sure things stay that way and that you're not coming onto the property and videoing people on the property. And if they ask you to leave the property, then you do need to leave the property.
Yes, of course. Yeah, and I think I'm not sure where the property line ends exactly, but we've
Probably
been
at the
pretty much
sidewalk.
here
Yeah,
the whole time.
If you step on, you can't go on the property, but if you're on the sidewalk, I can't stop you from doing that.
Yeah. We have a limited store drop for you featuring Tim Hortons merchandise. If you want to sport some sassy swag out in the wild, head on over to rebelnewsstore.com and check out what we have to offer there. You can also use the QR code to save a certain percentage off of your total purchase, so don't miss that discounted offer. Limited time only, so get it while you can at therebelnewsstore.com. Now, Tim Hortons recently said that they were going to prioritize hiring local, but they still have something like 80 job postings actively recruiting temporary foreign workers. How do you feel knowing that they're lying to the public?
A lot of times these big corporations say one thing and act another way, so we got to get in control of that as well.
As a Canadian, do you see the kind of demise of Tim Hortons over the last few years?
Yeah, I don't go to Tim Hortons anymore.
Really?
Yeah.
When did you make that decision, or why?
Yeah, it just felt so foreign to me, so yeah, I go to basically anywhere else, country style or coffee time or whatever, but yeah, try to avoid Tim Hortons.
Yeah. And I must mention also that they've been lobbying the government to expand and further entrench the temporary foreign worker program in this country. So they don't like the heat being on and exposing all of that. There it is. You can see 84 results. I'm not sure when that was last populated because they're actively updating it with various wages from minimum wage, $17, $18 an hour, all the way up to $36 an hour for managerial positions. Let's put Canadians first. How do you feel knowing that they're lying to you?
Personally, I'm using Tim Hortons because it's convenient, but it wouldn't necessarily be my choice. So, I like McDonald's coffee better.
All Canadians, woo!
It's a touchy subject, I guess. Don't really have a comment on that. No.
They did come out and say they were going to prioritize hiring local, but at the same time, they have something like 80 job postings actively recruiting temporary foreign workers. How do you feel knowing that Tim Hortons is lying and maybe trying to save face?
That's unfortunate. That's unfortunate. I don't know enough about the subject to give a real, comment about it, but
Right.
what you just said, that's definitely unfortunate.
Yeah.
Things are tough everywhere. Apparently, we are officially in a recession now, according to what I heard on TV. And we blame Donald Trump for that and his tariffs. There's no doubt about it. He's single-handedly going to destroy Canada if they let him. If somebody doesn't get him out of there.
And Mark Carney's not much better.
No, he's not. But I try to stay out of politics. It just gives me a stomach ache thinking about it.
Especially in small towns.
Right. Especially as the youth face a jobs crisis.
Yep, I got grandkids. It's bad.
What's your message if you had one to Tim Hortons corporate?
Stay green, stay hydrated.
Okay, interesting. And hire Canadian.
Hire Canadian, let's go.
But in general, should companies be, putting Canadian youth first, especially as they face a job crisis right now? 1 in 5 Canadian youth are actively looking for employment and can't find it.
I would hope they would. Definitely, yeah.
Well, you shouldn't be lying to anybody.
Do you have a message for Tim Hortons corporate giving that information?
Hire Canadians before foreign workers. I don't have anything against people coming to our country and making a better lives for themselves, but it also shouldn't be on the backs of Canadians too.
And especially Canadian youth. 1 in 5 Canadian youth can't find an entry-level job right now.
Oh, exactly. It's making it very difficult for people to find work, and because, like I say, it all comes down to the bottom line. So it's an unfortunate reality of our country right now.
Yeah. Is this backup or is this her? So no shoe leather street journalism goes unnoticed when it involves the conglomerate Tim Hortons, who has dispatched the Ontario Provincial Police, the OPP, on us. We're in, as I mentioned, very rural Havelock, Ontario, and they don't have their own police force as far as I know. And so I'm not sure where the OPP station has to be deployed from exactly, but what a waste of taxpayer dollars. Not only are you funding and funneling hundreds of millions of dollars a year into the temporary foreign worker program that Tim Hortons has capitalized on and become a major abuser of, but also your tax dollars are going to OPP responding to 2 female journalists on a sidewalk asking people whether or not they should prioritize temporary foreign worker hiring or put Canadians first. That's the state of Canada in 2026. For Rebel News, outside of a Tim Hortons location in Havelock, Ontario, I'm Tamara Ugolini. If you appreciate this work and you'd like to see more on this file, head on over to timsboycott.com. That's timsboycott.com.